This was not the first time France had gone to war against Germany. In 1871, a victorious Germany had taken as spoils of war two of France's richest provinces, Alsace and Lorraine. Now a new generation of France's sons was called upon to defend their nation.
The continuous stream flows out towards death. Soldiers pass singing and shouting to Berlin. Others go by in silence, fierce-looking and determined. On this scene of desolation, the sun shone gloriously, indifferent to the troubles of this earth.
The call to arms cut across all social boundaries. Madame Camille Drumont, a member of France's upper class, was not spared the pain of saying goodbye. Her son was among those going off to war. Would she ever see him again, she worried, or simply be left with a house filled with memories? Like most in Paris, Madame Drumont was not ready for another war. But the French commander believed his army was. Joseph-Jacques César Joffre was a champion of the offensive. Speed and bravery were of the essence. The bayonet, he told his soldiers, was the supreme weapon for victory.
The infantry bear bayonets, their rifles with bayonets, are really intended to terrify the enemy by the sight of cold steel. It is believed that an attacking force will look so ferocious and will behave so ferociously that an enemy will quail before the sheer valor and the bravery of this oncoming force.
In the dawn and pallid sunlight of the morning, they came across the bridges with glinting rifles, and the blue coats and red trousers of the infantry made them look in the distance like tin soldiers from a children's playbox.
Joffre was determined to strike out against Germany and win back France's lost provinces. Mistakenly believing that the Belgian thrust was a diversionary attack, most of the French army moved northeast toward Alsace and Lorraine. Paul Lantier, a young French soldier, was about to enter battle for the first time. He was ready, he wrote in his diary, to sacrifice his life to retake the soil of France.
I felt a choking sensation grip my throat. The hour had come for me to sacrifice my life. My bleeding body would lie stretched out on the field. I seemed to see it. It was the end. It had not been long in coming, for I am only 21.
Against heavy artillery and machine guns, Lantier's courage counted for little. His regiment lined up in formation better suited to the 19th century and advanced in full view.
Shells continued to fly over us. The enemy was advancing. Entire companies of infantry fell back. We had lost the battle. I did not know why or how.
They were devastated. The French were slaughtered. Many of them were still wearing the brightly coloured uniforms that armies used to wear in the past. Now, in the past, armies wore brightly coloured uniform because there was so much smoke on the battlefield that if you didn't have bright uniforms, you couldn't see who were your friends and who were your foes. With the invention of long-range rifles and machine guns, with the invention of smokeless powder, this was not a problem. The problem was if you wore a bright uniform, you were a very conspicuous target.
In 4 days, over 40,000 French soldiers were killed. 27,000 alone on August 22nd, 1914. This day in French military history. Soon the French army was in retreat.
A deep sense of shame oppressed us as we filed through these villages, which we were powerless to protect, which we were abandoning to the fury of the enemy.
As the French army fell back, Joffre notified his government. In 12 days, the Germans would be at the walls of Paris. Would the city be ready, he asked, to withstand a siege? Everyone who could fled from the advancing Germans. Rails and roads were flooded with refugees.